Welcome Aquarius and Aquarius cross watchers to your love reading for October 2023. So I hope you guys have had a great day. And of course, thank you for stopping by my channel. I did get the big card out, just the deck is really noisy on the, like to put it on the desk. So for the sake of your eardrums, I did it already. Aquarius, what I'm getting is it feels like there are two options. There's one that seems to be, there's one that's emotionally fulfilling for you. I feel like it is the one that definitely carries more weight. It just feels like there's something that feels like there's something here that you aren't really ready to let go of. Oops. So, wow. Your person has the Emperor and Empress. Holy cow. And in their heart space, what are they feeling? That's crazy. Ah! Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay. 1 second here. Just threw half the cards on the table. Sorry about that, guys. That's crazy. What is Aquarius thinking about this situation? What is Aquarius thinking? What's Aquarius thinking? Whoop. We have the Queen of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Dang. And what's Aquarius feeling about this person? Aquarius feeling. I don't know why. Oh, guys. So, like, probably just a bad shuffler today, unfortunately. So, I'm not purposefully trying to be annoying. Judgment. And what does their person feel? What's their person feeling? What's their person feeling? Oh. What? So their person is thinking Emperor, Empress, but they're feeling Nine of Swords, which is the Nightmare card. What are their actions or intentions towards Aquarius? Eight of Swords and the Star. Damn it. Aquarius, I don't know who this person is. We have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck there. And the Hierophant is your intentions towards this person. I don't really know what's going on with this person or why they seem to be so conflicted. But it's almost like they see you as their person. They see you as their match. I feel like this person might fantasize about you, about being with you. It's like they seem to... It's almost like they kind of get caught up in their own mind thinking like, oh, well, does Aquarius think the same thing about me? But I feel like it actually seems to just kind of play out in their mind. Whatever's going on with this person, they have a lot of emotion for you, a lot of love for you, okay? But I feel like they are, I mean, obviously they're holding it back. And from what I'm seeing, I feel like this person is going to let their, you know, it may not be actual anxiety, okay? They are going to allow whatever is holding them back to continue to do so. I feel like this person, they seem to be very closed off, or at least this really lovely part of them has been closed off to you And I feel like just with this Eight of Swords and the Star talks about that moment after the Tower, right? And I feel like this person, it's almost like they've decided that they're going to hold on tightly to the ideal of love, right? To their ideal version of what love is and what it'll be and how great it'll be when it happens. But it's like, but all they're holding on to actually is the thought of it, right? It's like it's almost like it hasn't even gotten to the point where they envision it in real life. It's just staying in like fantasy land right now. And they feel safe there. Hold on for a second. I feel like this person might be somebody that's quite attractive, but not in a, it's like not in a conventional way. It's like there's somebody that's very striking. There's something very striking about them. It feels like, from what I'm picking up from this person, it actually seems to feel like there are too many barriers to them actually experiencing love. You know what I mean? It's almost like the person that made a decision long ago to, and it may not have been a conscious decision, but it's like they've made that decision to just kind of, incubate themselves. I feel like to a certain extent, they may feel like their life is a bit barren. Like, how do I say this? It's almost like they feel like they're a diamond in the rough. And it's like this person is almost like waiting for this, the clouds are parting, this moment to happen. And it's almost like 1,000 moments like that could pass them by, and they would just rather look at it happen than do it again. It's almost like somebody that has locked themselves away in their own tower, and they're choosing to stay there. So, on your end here, we have the Three of Pentacles with the Mother, but it would be the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is an energy that is, it's kind of like just feminine energy, right? So of course the Empress is the divine feminine energy, but it kind of like brings in these other elements and it's very balanced, whereas the Queen of Cups is, it's the feminine energy of emotion when it comes to emotion, right? So, hold on for a second, Aquarius. I feel like someone's accusing somebody here. Someone's very accusatory. There's something, it's almost like someone is saying, don't look. It may be you telling yourself that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure I'm connecting very well to this read. I'm going to continue on with it, but, I'm sorry if the rest of it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It just kind of feels like there is this element that's this almost like external source. It may not be actually external, but it just feels like there's something that keeps telling you to stay away. I mean, it doesn't really feel, interestingly, that's why I think it might be internal. It's not making you feel it necessary to rebel against it. It's more, it's almost like you've kind of made a decision to stay in a spot, and that's where you're going to stay regardless. And it feels like there's something that feels really good about doing that. Okay, 1 second. We're gonna make sure nothing else. This is for on the Queen of Cups. Just something flipped. Well, I guess the tarot is asking me, you know, Three of Pentacles. So it's kind of like, Beth, did I, like, okay. Anyway. I guess Aquarius, what I'm seeing, the Three of Pentacles talks about being a teacher to people, like teaching something to people that are already very educated. You're teaching them something that they don't know that's rather simple to you, if that makes sense. And I feel, Aquarius, that there is somebody that you are educating here. And it feels very matter of fact. It feels like it's something that you definitely don't feel like you have to explain to anybody. But you are doing it to educate them about it. I hope this makes sense. And it feels really good to feel like you are educating them about it. It's almost like it's something that you're very passionate about. You know what I mean? It's something that's very, just got my finger caught in my hair. Curly problems, am I right? Sorry. It feels like it's that very fulfilling thing, right? It's like when you find your niche in life that like you really enjoy and you're also good at, and then you're able to share that gift with other people. I feel like that's where you're at, and it's almost like there's this thing trying to point it out to you. I feel like there's somebody or something that is toxic that's trying to point you in another direction. It feels like it has no bearing on it whatsoever. Excuse me, it doesn't feel like whatever that is actually has negative intentions towards you. It just feels like it's somehow an authoritative energy. It feels like it's someone that is equally as strong as you. So we're going to move on to the Judgment energy. So that talks about maturing and moving on to the next stage. And from what I'm seeing, I feel like the choice that you're making is pushing you into that next stage. It feels really free. It feels like you are breaking free from, hold on. It feels like you're breaking free from what may have been, I almost want to say a really tough time, but it doesn't feel like it was tough to do. It's like it was just, you had to get through it. You know what I mean? It's like you're this bird here, right? And you had to break through all of these bats, I guess you could say, to get to where you are. I'm hearing that it's almost like the leader trying to get to the front of the pack is what I'm seeing. I feel like you know what you want here. It's almost like the path to get there hasn't been laid out yet. There's this real energy of, like, the cards in your deck, or the energy personified, is both facing away from this person. I feel like they have a real longing to be with you. And it's almost like they may not even be, as inhibited or as restricted as they see themselves as, but because they believe that about themselves, that's, it's like an electric fence holding them on the other side. Scratch that. it's like a fence that used to be electric and now the electricity has been turned off, but because they've been conditioned that when you touch that fence it hurts, they don't touch it. They've just accepted that that fence is there, that it's a part of life, and that's what it is. It feels like it's one that kind of goes up and over, right? It feels like it's a very foreboding energy. It's almost like they've been bred to believe that whatever is on the other side of that fence, it's just complete and total darkness. So, I think we're going to get a clarifier. What does Aquarius need to know about this judgment here, please? Just going to make sure nothing else flipped over. No. So we got the Seven of Cups reversed with the Two of Cups. That's twice it's been at the bottom of the deck here. Ace of Cups underneath it. So, it feels like there's some noise, excuse me, that you need to or are breaking through in order to, it feels like there's a lot of confusion. It feels like there may have been a lot of opinions that came your way, or it's like, I feel like people were trying to hold you back from doing something here. It's almost the energy of you had 40 different things that you had to do. So the big thing that you needed to put all of your energy in to push forward, it's like you couldn't focus on that. You had to do the 40 other things first. And I feel like, and now you seem to be able to zone in on that one thing and push that through. So, now to the Hierophant for your actions or intentions. The Hierophant talks about structures, right? Like religion, schools, government, that sort of thing. I mean, obviously, it's not in that context here, but it talks about things that are very structured. And hold on for a second. I'm going to be honest. I feel like whatever is going on with this person here, I don't really see you turning towards it. It feels like you still feel the connection. You may, to a certain extent, be keeping an eye on it somehow. But from what I'm seeing, I feel like you're focused on something else. You know, it's like you're not going to sit around and wait for forever for somebody. You're not going to, you know, you're just not going to do that. There's no appeal in that for you. But there is something that you kind of keep looking back at. Not looking over your shoulder necessarily, but it's like you feel bad about leaving them behind. I feel like it's almost like you feel guilty, but you know that there's no reason for that. It's almost like if this person is very lonely or alone or something like that, you may feel like bad for them in that, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like you're guilty because you did anything wrong. What is that? What can you tell us about feeling guilty? So we have the King of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. It feels like you feel like you could have conducted yourself in a different way. It's almost like you went with, it's kind of like you presented with one part of you first, when it feels like if you had approached with, you know, with that royal energy, if you had approached, it just feels, I'm sorry, I'm stumbling so much, guys. I feel like to a certain extent, you have this kind of feeling that, like, regardless of what happens here, that this person's going to be okay. It just feels like you wish you had approached it differently. You wish you had conducted yourself in a different way. It's almost like you may have showed them, hold on for a sec. There were other things that you wanted to show them. And what is this? Actually, we're going to get one on the star and this Eight of Swords, and I'll wrap it up. One more. It's like this person knows that they're yeah, why? I feel like they know that they're letting something that could bring them a lot of joy. Oh, there's my, sorry about that. That's kind of gross. They know that they're letting something go that could bring a lot of joy to their life, but I feel like they are, it's almost this energy of they feel that it's just better this way. It's almost like they have this such a jaded view of love that it's easier for them to enjoy the fantasy rather than have it happen and have it all fall apart. They seem to see themselves as somebody that would somehow ruin it. I feel like there's somebody that like ruminates a lot about things that they say or things that they do. I feel like it's like they have this internal dialogue that like if they had done this or if they had said this instead of that, you know what I mean? And it's almost like, and in them deciding, you know, maybe without consciously deciding, but deciding that they're going to stay secluded, it feels like it's allowed them to enjoy at least the fantasy of love. Damn. So, Aquarius, I think I'll leave it there. I hope that this reading made sense. If you like what I do, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.